the evening. Sorry for the TPK. Let's go.
Come on in, join the show, take a seat, grab a hoe, kick your feet up on the desk, man, cause we about to roll, play some D&D, baby.
We ain't nothing but mammals, and yes, we do it like they do on the Discovery Channel.
We got people wild shaping, barbarians raging, Goop trying to gobble cause goblins are fucking cannibals. This is Dungeons and Dragons with lots of drunken asses, so send your kids to their room, break out the secret stashes.
Hey,
no discussion about what's fair and right, this is us living life by a paradise. So, step on down to our lair of mice, face stepping right through your screen into paradise. Yo! This is paradise. Nothing's off limits in our paradise.
It's a fucking D&D.
This is paradise. Nothing's off limits in our paradise.
Going as far as you can see.
This is paradise. Nothing's off limits in our paradise.
Fucking all the succubies.
This is paradise. Heretic, I think you meant succubi.
I know what the fuck I meant. Roll for initiative.
Last time on Pairodice. When we last left our heroes, we were being introduced to two new potential allies, Kipper and Lavender, in the middle of Hope's public execution. Before Charity could deliver the final blow, Kipper and Guy disrupted the execution and attempted to save Hope's life. But before they could escape, Charity decapitated Hope, only to reveal that Hope was a doppelganger all along. Kipper flew away deeper into the forest, and Guy, sensing a potential alliance, chased after him to recruit him to his cause. What value do they bring to the party? Find out this time on Pairodice!
Guy is going to whistle really, really loudly to try and get, Kipper's attention so he can help him get out of that cage.
120 feet away in the air.
Yeah, he's with a whistle, 120 feet, easy.
Yeah, okay, all right. You whistle? Kipper,
You roll something?
No, you hear it.
Okay. Do I notice that Charity's not there?
Yeah.
All right. The raven flies off my shoulder, flies towards Guy, and I just land wherever the closest area is to me, and then I put my consciousness into my raven as it gets on his or close enough to him.
Wait, what the fuck?
And the raven says in my voice, it tells him where I'm at. So basically, this part of Pairodice, meet me. And then I put my consciousness back into myself, and the raven flies off.
Guy, he would have told you to meet you the southeast coast of Pairodice. You've never wandered that far, but you have heard that area may have been where Xendros can be found.
Well, all right. Well, Guy's gonna go find Kara.
That was something.
All right. The party's reunited at this point, I would say.
Well, Angel and I are at the guild hall.
Oh, you guys fled? Okay. All right. So you didn't see shit.
Yeah, we fucking left.
As soon as the imp thing happened, we just we're like, fuck this, we're going home.
All right. Yeah. You and Kara?
Yeah, and then we're gonna go to the guild hall.
Lavender, do you try to approach them at any point, or you're just chilling out?
Oh shit, I forgot about the old lady.
Lavender doesn't know where
falling
anybody is.
behind us for no reason. Just
No, Lavender is like, well, that was certainly and I'm alone.
Well, you can see you can see them. You can see them kind of reconvene. Guy, and you saw Guy make that huge announcement, and Kara kind of sitting there as the crowd disperses and goes back about their day. You would see them kind of meeting up and preparing to head out of there.
History will remember it as the speech of defiance.
With what we discussed, will Lavender know about the whole Hope case?
I can fix this for you real quick.
You would know exactly what we talked about, and that's about it.
So Guy's actually going to spot Lavender, and since Guy's in the business of rallying people to his cause, I believe I can get you off of this island if you are trying to get back to your friends and family.
That would be so helpful.
Good. Then you will have to keep up. And Guy's going to take off at a sprint towards the guild hall.
Lavender's going to sprint up behind him.
After a little 5-10 minute jog, you guys find yourself at the large guild hall that Gustaf has acquired in Pairodice. This is the first time of you seeing it, Lavender. It's quite large and quite luminous.
And this is on the way to where Kipper's at, right?
What's that?
This is on the way to towards where Kipper is.
No, it's more towards the west side of the town.
Whoops.
Is the tavern any more built?
It's getting there. Yeah, it's almost done. Almost done.
Lit.
One more day.
All right, the guy's gonna quick 180 after pointing at the guild hall, and then he's gonna book it, towards wherever Kipper told him to go. I have one more that I must pick up. Feel free to go in and make yourself at home.
Come on in, Ms. Lavender.
Oh, all right. I suppose if it's all right.
So real quick, can we cut to Gustaf and Angel for a moment?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. Gustaf is gonna ask Angel once they reach the guild hall before she goes to sleep. He asks her if he can study the stone.
I know
He says-
I am not.
He says to her, "You have my word, and you will forever have it. I will not do anything you do not wish. I just wish to know more about it. And if I do something scandalous, you can forever not trust me, and I will never bother you again. But I just wish to know more about what we are facing, and what the possibilities of this stone are, the capabilities, and such."
God, Gustaf, this is not about trust or, like, I know you're the magical one. I know I'm just some fucking broad with a gun. But I kind of grown attached to it at this point. I kind of want to hold on to it. Like, I don't know what this rest may bring, but I kind of want to check it out myself, if you don't mind.
Well, what if we look at it together, and then we rest? I will not be able to sleep until I know more.
Fine, but I don't want it to leave me.
That's fine. Come with me. And then he'll bring her up to his master bedroom, where he has like a desk laid out with a bunch of books from when he was researching the mine and everything.
Yes.
And he'll just like clear it off and try to pick out some sort of books about magical items if he has any. And if not, then he'll have a butler or a chronicler to go find some.
Angel's going to pull out the book we had gotten from the mines, the one that was in Abyssal.
Yes.
That was the language, right?
Correct.
It looks like a journal, right?
Yes.
Do you think anyone here would know Abyssal and would be able to tell us about this? You might have information about what you want to know about.
I can send it with a servant to go see if anybody can read it. And then he'll just take it and turn and just hand it to one of the servants and say, "Go find someone that can read this."
Why, yes, Master Gustaf. I'll handle this for you.
And he turns back to the table and just starts basically trying to figure out anything he can about the stone.
We don't even know what it's called.
Yep. So, do I need to roll something, I assume?
Yeah, roll a, I would just say it takes some time. I wouldn't roll anything.
Some time, okay.
Yeah,
Say,
I mean, I
like
would
a
also
short-
say that Angel is actively helping Gustaf find anything.
I'll say, would you say it would take about the amount of time that it takes for a guy to find Kipper and come back? Maybe?
Correct.
Alright. I figured that would probably be enough time. So,
Yeah,
that'll
just
be
like
all
short.
pretty much. Yeah.
Kara and Lavender, you have entered. What would you like to do at the guild hall while Gustaf and Angel are nowhere in sight?
The bar is almost complete, and there are rooms.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Got you.
show her around some of the more generic kind of stuff. Maybe get her set up somewhere.
This definitely is a nice place you got around here.
Thank you. It was actually a friend of mine, one of my traveling companions, apparently came upon a good sum of money and decided to provide for us during our stay. Very kind of him.
Yeah, that does sound awfully nice. This sort of reminds me a little bit back at home.
Good memories, I hope.
More or less. So, I hope this isn't a personal question. Don't mind me asking. How'd you all lot wind up on this island in the first place?
That's a bit of a story.
Trust me, I have nothing but time.
Well, time is a big part of it. We only really started traveling together after a magical incident with a young man, and I'm trying to remember what it was. Was it a troll?
Yes.
No, that was in character.
Oh.
And then, of course, there was the matter of the portal.
Well, I say you probably must be a real busy lot, facing off against trolls and magical portals. I'll tell you what, I sort of came here, I was looking for food to cook dinner, and I came across these mushrooms, and, you gotta test them to make sure they're not poisonous or anything, and next thing I knew, I woke up here.
Oh dear.
Oh dear indeed.
Oh, you know what? Oh, that's interesting. There were the portal that we went through that eventually brought us here. it was invisible. There were mushrooms growing around it that you had to eat to see it. Maybe, I don't know enough about magic to even try, but it feels like there's a connection there.
There probably is. Lots of weird things go on in this world.
Don't I know it?
So the whole, the folk back there with that lady, was that Charity? 'Cause I've heard her name being thrown around here and there, and I know there was some trouble with some sort of tie. There's some sort of tie to some organization or some sort of some demon worshippers or whatever the civilians they may call themselves. I tried to look into it, but I suppose judging on how things went down, I think you might have beat me to it.
Yes, that was Charity on the stage. I honestly, even if I'm something, there's a lot that the rest get up to without me or against my advice, and I'm sorry, I'm not making much sense. It's a little hard to think right now.
Don't worry, sugar. I understand. I know some people might just be people, and some might not understand. But it's not on you.
But I should have been there. There are times when I fall behind or I get distracted and...
Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Yeah, I get it. But you can't really do anything to change the past. The only thing you can do is better yourself for the future. If you feel like you're falling behind, then maybe that's something you gotta talk about to your group. We had a saying back in Luskin. You either pull your weight or pull nothing at all, and if you're still just sitting there trying, there ain't no reason why they can't stop behind if they stop and help you out.
Thank you, Miss Lavender. I'll try to keep that in mind.
Lavender will run her hands through her hair and just like, there. You'll be all right.
As we cut to Guy venturing through the forest heading south, you're just along the east coast. You can hear the ocean kind of crash upon the shore as you make your way south towards where you were told to go. It seems pretty quiet. You can hear crickets, you can hear bats kind of hissing, and nothing seems all too threatening at all. You can even hear an owl hoot in the distance. It seems very comforting and quiet. After about 30 minutes through this journey, that quiet quickly turns into a sound of chaos and screams. As you're pretty deep in this forest, you can just hear the animals running for their lives, and you just hear this loud roar and trees being completely knocked down. You can see this figure standing up taller than the trees. It just looks like a huge rock, and it sounds like it's just devouring everything in sight. It's the largest thing you have ever seen, but you can't quite make out exactly what it is as it's so far in the distance. It's quite scary nonetheless.
Fuck.
In the distance, a few miles forward, you can see the ship, but you're not quite sure that you're going to make it if you draw the attention of this humongous beast in the forest. You can see the mountains, something that you haven't quite seen. You've only seen a small silhouette of since you've been on this island, but now they've grown much larger, and it looks like these mountains span the entirety of the island east to west. And the ships that you're approaching look to be just past these mountains. What do you do?
So why did he fly so fucking far?
Because he can.
I mean, I guess, but my goodness. All right, guy's gonna tactically plot it. So that big of a creature shouldn't be able to wouldn't hear him or anything like that. So as long as he can stay undercover, like under tree cover or something, he should be fine.
Yeah.
So he's gonna do that. He's gonna plot himself a path that's gonna keep him, off of open ground. But not gonna worry too much about it, because
Hold on.
Force is greater than our own.
All right. What number is going to be 1? South, east, north, or west?
North will be 1.
North will be 1. So 2 will be east, 3 will be south, and 4 will be west.
Okay.
You see this large creature, not necessarily moving away from you, but it's moving parallel with you as it heads to the mountains on the south side of this island.
Okay.
Along the way, it is just demolishing everything in sight. Trees. You still can't get quite a good glimpse at it.
Is it like accidentally demolishing the trees and stuff?
It's so large that it can barely fit through these woods, and it's just destroying trees along the way. Yeah, I'd say accidentally.
Okay. How its stride distance? Like, if it were to take a step in the wrong direction, would it be on top of me?
It looks to be. I mean, it's so large it's hard to tell, but it looks to be like a mile or two away, directly in the middle of these forests.
Okay, how big are we talking here?
I mean, huge.
Very, very large.
Yeah, but when you're talking, are we talking like Shadow of Colossus level?
Like these trees stand about. These trees stand on average about 40 feet tall, and it towers these trees.
Oh shit!
But it looks to be kind of hunched over. So you can't really see the entire body of this thing in order to make out.
And where would
exactly
Kipper have been in relation to this?
Kipper is directly south of you, south on the east coast. So you're heading along the coast, south, just along the edge of the forest, going south on the east side of the island. This thing is to the west of the island, and it's heading south towards the mountains, just devouring everything along the way. And it's about a mile or two west of you.
All right, guy's gonna keep doing his thing, trying to stay clear of it, but trucking along.
You're continuing to approach closer as it continues to head south. You seem to be in the clear for now. You can see at this point not just one ship. You see hundreds of ships. They're all lined up and they're not docked in a typical way. It looks like their anchors are down. There's no docking stations or anything. What do you call this? Piers or anything for them to dock at. They just kind of have their anchors down. There's a few smaller boats attached on the side where it looks like they would use those boats to get to and from the shore. They're not directly on the shore.
Oh, very interesting. This guy's still going to go get Kipper.
All right, and as you approach, you look back and you can no longer see Charity's Grace as that large creature heads back towards the town, heading towards that direction.
Charity can handle it. If
where
she's gonna do
all your friends are.
You know what? My friends are gonna be just fine. I'm picking up more friends, better friends.
All right.
This guy actually had my back.
As it turns around, I need you to make a perception check.
You got it. I have a passive of 16.
That's not going to be enough, so go ahead and make a roll. It turns around just enough so you can possibly make it out as it turns around from going south to north. You saw it turn, but it's so shadowy you can't really see exactly what it is as it starts to head towards the town. You finally approach the boats. It looks like
just as guy sees that, he's thinking of his friends. My friends will be fine. But then he remembers the beautiful guild hall that Gustaf just made, and he's kind of shakes his head, crosses his fingers, and keeps on going.
Yeah. You make it. It looks like about a 500-foot, half a mile swim to the boats from the shore.
Wait, why am I going to the boats?
That's where you were instructed to go.
What the fuck? Okay. Jeez, why is he out here? A guy's gonna whistle again to see if he can get any sort of response or something, because this is not looking like where he should be going.
He
must have misunderstood.
Yeah, you hear it from the boat. All right, guy, as you whistle, you see flickers of light as the crew is insinuating it is safe to board, and you see one of those boats begin to get the smaller boats begin to get loaded on by people as the boats begin to approach you. As the boats get closer on board, you notice that one of the people on the smaller lifeboats is Kipper.
I actually haven't gotten a view of Kipper, I don't think.
Yeah, you've seen Kipper.
Is it so I saw him when he was yelling at Charity, and then he started doing some weird shape-shifting shit. So what version of Kipper am I seeing?
Oh, the version of Kipper that was initially making the announcement.
Okay, cool.
As that boat docks onto the shore and just right up on the shore, and Kipper gets off along with the other 5 crewmates.
I'm glad you made it. I'm surprised that Tarask didn't get you. I guess you're a good fighter.
That was a Tarask?
Oh, yeah, that was definitely a Tarask. I'm glad you didn't run into it. Well, I think this might be somebody you know. Is she with me right now?
No.
Okay. Come on board. I think it might be somebody that you know on board.
All right.
My raven is still on my shoulder, and it's just looking at you as we make our way inside.
Yes. as you guys head up to this fleet of 100 ships, a rope comes down for you guys to climb up on board. As the crew begins to ascend, you come onto the deck and you see a red tiefling, as you would know as Xendros. She says,
very nice.
"Welcome aboard."
Yep,
Captain
this is Xendros.
Captain Xendros, I've heard
That's
very
me.
much about you. Just a pleasure to finally meet in person.
We heard of your heroic actions, and I have a surprise for you. As you
Guy
see,
kind of like waves it away.
as you see running behind you comes Hope as she jumps up and hugs you and gives you a big ass kiss on the lips.
Nice.
Yes. Ah!
Gaia, I heard you risked your life for me.
Of course. Of course I did. I don't even know what to say at that point. Like, that was a bit of a surprise. A little dumbstruck. A little dumbstruck.
But it's a good thing to know that she's here. So, according to our encounter back then, apparently you're in charge of the six-fingered gentleman?
No, it was simply bluster. It is more of a mutually beneficial partnership.
Yes, he's more of a acquaintance. As she winks.
For as you can see, he kind of holds up his stump of an arm. I cannot lead that which I do not possess.
It seems like a romantic relationship here.
Strictly professional.
I mean, I'd be calling HR at this point.
We're just acquaintances. Business friends.
HR is in hellish rebuke.
That's a good way
down,
to put
boy,
it.
Down!
It's a nice way to put it. So what's your connection to Hope then? If not you being in charge?
I believe that it was made fairly clear with my statement. There are few of us who wish to challenge those who desire to oppress us. Hope is one of them. I know several more.
So I guess the real question is, are you anti-charity or are you more of an indifferent party?
I am anti anyone who would desire to keep us stranded here in a prison and call it charity.
I like that. Well, we're trying to get some people off this island, but right now things might not be super safe. I have reason to believe that there might be some krakens out there. Might be way too powerful for us to deal with. But we have the means to get people out of here. Are you and your party interested in that, or do you have other obligations here on this island?
I have other obligations. I know that you do not owe me anything, but a member of my party was struck down. There is a small chance that I will be able to retrieve her and save her, but I will need help.
Interesting. What will you need from me? Or I guess us.
He kind of looks at your weapons.
I have 3 daggers and a crossbow.
Those are a good start.
As Xendros walks up, maybe I could be of assistance.
Go on.
I have a proclivity towards finding magical items. If there's anything specific you would need, I should put out word and find it for you.
This could come in handy.
As Hope approaches. Yes, because it seems my entire organization is destroyed, and I don't think you'll be able to use our services anymore. I hope that doesn't ruin our business ventures together.
Of course not. But I had thought that you and the captain were on less than ideal terms. When did this change?
Well, it never changed. It just always has been.
Yeah, Hope has a vested interest in keeping Xendros off this island, so we kind of hide from her.
So you can understand why...
I think you mean charity.
Yeah, sorry about that.
You can understand why I kept this a secret. I couldn't have lines being crossed.
Of course. And your precautions came in very handy. For I was pleased to see that you were not the one that was... He kind of gestures and the head cut off motion.
Yes, I'm sure Charity wasn't expecting that either.
In a way, I believe she might have been. She did not seem too terribly surprised.
Well...
That one takes up and casts aside life without a second thought. I do not think she understands the value of human life. And by human life, I mean mortal life.
She is quite the intellectual individual. I'm sure she has her ways of understanding what's going on before it does. But that's not for me to try to decide.
The guy just scoffs.
I am not exactly anti-charity, as it's part of our means of survival here for the moment.
A fact which I understand completely.
However, my employer, so to speak, has an interest in keeping her from getting any more powerful than she really is. So any way we can do that, I'm all ears.
Well, for starters, I think we should reconvene at our guild hall. I understand that Xendros cannot come in. Perhaps we could smuggle her in?
Perhaps, but I feel like she might be the most safe out here.
As the crew of this ship kind of surrounds the group that's talking, and Xendros speaks up. Unfortunately, I cannot go with you, and this place is a place you cannot speak of, not even to your friends. Do we have an understanding?
Kipper looks at Guy.
I understand, but I think that will need to be rectified soon, for trust is what binds my friends together. They deserve to know the truth. That said, he kind of holds up his hand to forestall any, argument. I believe we can reach an understanding. What if I bring them here to you, and you can judge their mettle yourself?
Very well. If anything hinders our mission, you will be the first to be notified. As she kind of lifts her, her dagger up and down as the gesture, sort of a painful consequence to your actions if that was to happen.
The guy kind of chuckles. In the little that you know of me, do you think that I am someone who would betray his friends?
That's why you're here.
Precisely.
But not them. I don't know. Maybe if Kipper comes back and gives me good word, we can have a conversation.
The guy snaps his fingers. Yes.
All right, I'll join you guys.
In the meantime, these items that you were saying you could procure, I find myself in need of a new set of armor. Is this something you could help me with?
I'll put out word to Luz, let you know. In the meantime, give me a day or two.
Thank you. Do you know where our guild hall is?
She looks at Hope, and Hope just nods her head. Yes, we will find you if needed.
Well, Kipper, was there anything you wanted to do here?
I suppose not. DM question. Do I know anything about the Ragnarok stuff or no?
No.
Okay. I suppose not. I guess I'll be joining you in your at your guild hall.
Before I go, what is it exactly that you are trying to accomplish by being here?
To me?
Xendros.
Xendros.
Zanzibar.
Zanzibar.
Such things are not meant for mere mortals to understand. There's a war between gods.
Guy's gaze kind of sharpens, and he gets a very stern, stoic expression on his face when she says "mere."
There's a war between gods. I am here to alleviate such pains and dire circumstances.
There is nothing mere about mortals.
We'll see.
Another DM question. Did it take him more than an hour to get here?
Yes.
Could I have taken a long rest in that time?
You could have taken a short rest in that time.
I mean, sorry, not a long rest, short rest, yes.
Yes.
Got my spells back.
Yes.
One more thing. Is there any way for you to tell me the fate of a soul?
What exactly do you mean?
Guy's gonna pull out the little flower that he has. The one who gave this to me. What is her fate?
I'm not a mind reader. You offer me something and maybe I can figure something out.
It's a simple question.
I have no idea, but I'm sure I can find out.
Do so, and I will make it worth your while. I do have some resources.
Resources that are valuable to me.
I have the only resource that is valuable. A life.
Life, death. They're all the same where I come from.
Yes, well, I am proficient in both the taking and the giving of life.
And she gestures her hands as to shoo away as she walks to her captain's wheel and begins to look over some maps. The guards kind of begin to prepare the small ship to exit this larger ship.
Hope, wasn't there one thing you wanted to tell me about in private?
We have all the time in the world, my dear. But if you want to speak to me in private, I would not be upset. Guy and Hope go off to the cabin to speak for about 2 minutes. And Guy comes back out of the cabin.
Ooh, get her. Ooh, get her.
Well, if y'all are done with your private time, I think it might be time to go.
I concur. The long journey back. Also, on the way back, can we avoid the Tarrasque that I did not know was a Tarrasque? I feel like that might be a good idea to not go near that.
How would you like to avoid the Tarrasque?
Distance, I think, is the best.
I was going to use my my familiar. I was going to use Lucille to turn invisible and let us know what area not to go to as we're moving forward.
Okay. I mean, it's a straight shot. There's really no other way through unless you went towards the thing.
All right. Well, Lucille can probably turn invisible and fly up and tell us where the Tarrasque is and kind of avoid that area.
All right, let me make a roll. That is going to be north. All right, so it is as you approach the shore and are let off of the small lifeboat as it returns. You send your bird up to see where the Tarrasque is, and it looks to be heading towards the shore, but it's still like 2 miles off and northern in the direction that you're going.
All right, I've gone this way many times, so just follow my lead. DM question.
Yes.
Since I spent a lot of time over here, does the Tarrasque have any type of symbol that says it belongs to charity?
No.
Okay, just curious. Yeah. I've traveled these shores a lot, so just follow my lead and we won't get attacked by this thing.
Guy kind of does a little bow because he's still doing that.
All right, you guys head northward on the east side, and it begins to head north as well. A little closer to you. It's about a mile away now.
Ah, shit.
You guys got 2 more rolls.
All right. Fuck. All right. So
You're gonna have the Tarrasque see them and then cut off, and that's where we're gonna end for the night.
All right.
Perhaps it is time that we created some sort of diversion for the Tarrasque.
We totally should.
We could burn part of the forest. Because what's paradise without fire?
All right. Well, I guess I can start a fire then. I take a cigar, I light it, I take a huge puff of it, and then I give it to my raven, and I tell him to fly off. I give it to Lucille and tell him to fly off and drop it in the middle of the forest, invisible.
Oh, he's going for it.
In like a direction that isn't towards us. So I want him to go past the Tarrasque, drop the thing, and come back invincible.
Okay. All right. So as you guys continue, it goes towards that direction. And the Tarrasque seems to be heading south now. It is directly parallel with you, but it's heading the opposite direction.
All right, let's hurry up before this thing turns around.
It's actually heading towards where this cigar was dropped in the middle of the forest.
Perfect.
Nice. All right, bring Lucille back as we continue through.
We're gonna maybe double time it though.
Oh yeah, I'm down with that.
At this moment, the fire has started. The Tarrasque has seemed to head back towards the mountains, away from the fire. And suddenly you notice that it's not, you can't see it anymore as you approach Pairodice.
Really hope we didn't just start like a major forest fire.
Oh, we totally did, but I don't give 2 shits about this island.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so where's your whole party keep or whatever?
This way. He's gonna lead you left, right, left, etc. until we arrive at the guild hall.
Yes, you arrive at the guild hall.
This is quite the place. It's huge.
It ain't much, but it's home.
Makes me wonder how I never heard of you guys.
It's probably because we never bothered to create a team name or like an organizational motto or anything really.
Branding is important.
Branding is key. So we're gonna enter the front door, and what do we see in the main room?
It seems like it's pretty empty. Gustaf, and I'll go ahead and cut over to Gustaf and Angel as you guys have been researching.
What have we discovered?
Through your research, you do hear the doors open, but I'll tell you before you hear the doors open what you found. Eye of Infinity is a planar stone. Take notes as you will, because this is a lot of stuff I'm going to go through, but not all.
All right, before you start, what's the name?
Eye of Infinity.
Eye of Infinity, yes. And it is a planar stone. All right, I'm just going to read the lore. It's said to have been mined from the cornerstone of the multiverse. The true origins of this peculiar object are a mystery. It is a crystalline cube that is precisely 3.14 inches per side, weighing nearly 10 pounds. When it rests, it glows with a violet inner light that seems to pulse like a beating heart. It is warm, though not uncomfortable to the touch. One of the most unusual properties is that it seems unable to touch or be touched by any solid being or material. If put down, it will float slightly above the surface. If one tries to touch it, they will feel a frictionless resistance with no amount of strength allowing them to contact us, which was my bad because I fucked that up, but whatever. Let's just say that you can't touch it. Anyways. The first mention of the Eye of Infinity
but it's frictionless. That's pretty cool. I like that.
The first mention of the Eye of Infinity was in the Chronicles of... Michael, calm down. Yeah, Michael, calm down.
Yeah, Michael, come on, calm down.
Okay.
Yeah. The first mention of the Eye of Infinity was in the Chronicles of Seriarch, where he mentions the object by name, saying that the cube seems innocent enough, and yet I can help but feel a great pressure from it. Stranger still, though it clearly has some sort of magical power, it seems to radiate no magic that can be detected. Seriarch goes on to describe finding it adrift in the astral plane while passing through that domain. He claimed that it seemed to be drawn to him and followed him as steel follows a lodestone. When he reappeared in the material plane, the cube was hovering an inch or so above the ground nearby. Beyond its obvious curious nature, it seemed to do nothing else, and so Seriarch used it as little more than a unique portable light source. When Seriarch mysteriously vanished several years later, the cube was passed on to a wizard friend of his named Renick, who had become obsessed with it. Through research and a few unfortunate accidents, he revealed that the cube acted as sort of a planar key that could open gates to other planes of existence. The problem was that the destination seemed to be fixed to one location, a small cave somewhere near the Iron City of Dis, which is the seventh ring of hell. Puzzled by its extraordinary specific use, Renick brought it to a fellow wizard named Herisha to consult with her, and to his astonishment, when the gate was opened, it led to Mount Celestia. Neither could explain why its destination had changed, nor could they reopen the gate to hell. After several months of experimentation, they finally had a breakthrough when the cube was stolen by an unscrupulous apprentice. Renick and Herisha pursued the thief down an ally, and watched in horror. An alley. Thank you. They're both spelled the same. It's funny, right? And watched in horror as he opened the gate. Expecting to see the wooded slope of Mount Celestia, they were astonished to see the black void of the abyss. The young man frantically tried to close the gate, but too late. He was pulled through to the other side by a terrifying claw, leaving the cube bobbing a few inches above the cobblestones. Herisha began to suspect that the destination and the planes depended on the location it was used on the material plane. They confirmed this by returning to Tennick's workshop and opening the gate. As suspected, it opened to the same cave in hell as it did before. Several years of research led to writing of the tome, and as the Eye of Infinity, or known as the Eye of Infinity. So it's the tome that you're reading right now. It described the cube and what Renick and Herisha had learned about. Sadly, the tome is now lost, was lost until you just found it, and referred to in other documents. The whereabouts of the tome and cube are unknown, but you've got it right in front of your hands because it's here. It's here in Pairodice. The planar gate, when commanded to open in any language, a gate opens to some other plane of existence. The destination is determined by the properties of the location, but since the tome was lost, I get to determine the destination randomly. But you guys have the tome, so you know exactly which destination goes where, which I'll get to in a second. Time travel. Once a year, this stone allows one person to travel back in time exactly 24 hours.
Oh, shit.
This is a tricky and dangerous power, for although it can allow you to alter a particular event, time has a strange way of adjusting itself. I get to determine with my discretion, I get to determine the outcome, but events will attempt to unfold as they did originally, manifesting even extremely unlikely circumstances to do so. In case where the time traveling character has prevented or caused the death, even accidentally, then their own life ends irrevocably when they reach the time in which they left. So that's what you know.
Oh. So you were saying that if a character prevents or causes their own death, they die when they get back to the point of time that they were actually at?
Correct.
Prevents or causes any death.
Any death,
no.
Correct.
Oh, any death?
Yeah, it says
So
in
like
a case...
in theory, if like one of us goes back to save Goop, we'll die.
What about if we went back to save Adavei?
Same case.
Yes.
Okay, what if we went back to save Felpip?
It says
That's too far
Guys,
back
there are a
to
lot
back.
of dead characters here. I'm going to go through the whole list. They must not be forgotten.
In a case where the time traveling character has prevented or caused death, even in an accident, then their own life ends irrevocably when they reach the time at which they left. So you could go back and save Goop. You can go back and save Goop 24 hours in the past, and you would live for the next 24 hours. But whenever the time comes the time that you left, your character is going to die in that moment.
Interesting.
And you guys can use this
So
only
that's
once a
bad
year.
news bears. So Gustaf says to Angel, we need to keep this a secret.
Yeah, that's fair. That's probably your best bet.
We cannot tell Guy about this.
Cannot tell any
That
of
part-
them.
Yeah.
It does not escape our lips after this.
Can you, like, we're gonna promise each other we're not going to do the thing that we both immediately thought about doing.
Yeah, it cannot happen.
In this moment, you hear a door sling open downstairs. You hear the voices of Guy and some other figure that you don't quite recognize the voice right away.
God damn, these people's rich.
Gustaf will say, Angel, I will take the tome and I'll keep it in my backpack, but as far as they know, we don't exactly know much if they ask.
To us, it'll just be a fancy light source.
Yes, it sure will.
And Angel's gonna go with Gustaf downstairs.
Word.
All right. As you guys see Angel approach, as you enter the house.
For the listeners.
Angel's gonna go downstairs and see Guy, and she's gonna then see Kipper and heavily squint at him.
Oh, so you guys have one of these things too, huh? And he like weakly waves at Angel, and then my familiar goes,
Why did you bring him here?
Yeah, Gustaf strolls down the stairs.
He stood up against Charity and attempted to protect something that I cared about. I have since met him and spoken with him, and I believe that he would make a good addition to this party.
Exactly. So calm your tits. Let's find out how we can all help each other.
The guy's gonna smack him on the back of the head. Keep it simple.
Okay. I'm just tired. I trust you on this guy. If you think he's worth it, he's worth the trust. I'll go along with it.
He also has volunteered himself to help us delve into the dungeon. He said he will take point and go in front of us and protect us from danger.
I don't know about all that, but
Well, it was worth a shot, huh, Guy?
Oh yeah, exactly.
but I do think we have enough information that could help each other out.
Kipper, if you could tell them what you were able to tell me about Charity, it would be much appreciated. I have something I must take care of. And he makes his, goodbyes and starts going up the stairs.
Angel's gonna intersect him and give him a kiss on the forehead. From that, returning that to you too.
Kind of wish I still had my armor.
Well,
He's gonna
that
keep
was
going
out of my
upstairs.
control. You have my armor, okay?
It's nice. Yeah. So guy's gonna go upstairs. And he's gonna go into his room, and then he's gonna fall into a sort of like stretching that he does, and it almost looks slightly martial, and like he's just gonna be doing like a strange martial type of stretch in his room.
Yes, we're all gonna follow Guy to watch him do this.
You're not following Guy to watch this. This is in the.
Is this like a tactical
flavor-
sleeping position? You're ready to spring into action if anything goes wrong.
You know what? We'll do character development later for Guy, but that was gonna be like a big moment for Guy, but instead he's gonna lay down on his bed and tuck that little flower like against his chest, and he's gonna go to bed.
As Guy passes out, we're gonna take a break. We'll be back after these messages from our lovely sponsors that we don't have. So Guy has officially fallen asleep, and everybody is kind of gathered in the main hall of the guild hall, directly below Gustaf's room, including Kara, and all the noise kind of just brought everybody together. Yes, I am. Fuck you.
I just wanted to point out that I can totally tell always. It's fine.
Bitch, can you tell when it's me?
Yes.
No, fuck no, you can't.
You're always eating.
Exactly.
So yeah, you guys reconvene. What do you do?
All right. Well, as Guy said, I'm here to make sure that Charity don't get any stronger. My employer, so to speak, is very invested in that not happening.
Oh, who is your
However,
employer?
That part's not completely important. However,
Kinda is, but okay.
there's a way for us to leave here, but Guy mentioned that you guys have some sort of invested interest in staying on the island right now, and I offer to help.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
So Gustaf and Angel kind of, I assume, catch Kipper and Lavender up to speed on what exactly transpired in the last 24 hours. And,
Everything?
yeah, like, not everything, but, the stuff about the cave and how the two of their party members got wrecked by a demon machine thing. And, their souls are trapped in it at the moment.
Does this demon machine sound familiar to me at all?
No.
And so their plan is to go try and rescue their friends if possible, but defeat this demon.
See, that is pretty heavy.
Oh yeah.
I'm so sorry for your loss.
Much
We
appreciated.
also have another friend down there that we that sort of got left behind, but he's alive. He's well. He's safe.
As far as we
Unless
last
he does
know.
something stupid.
Indeed.
I mean, I'd be happy to help as much as I can. The fact that I kind of have some history when it comes to demons. That probably
Great.
would be helpful. At least I hope.
Let's join
All
the
the
club.
help is appreciated. We'll take all that we can get.
All right, and what do you want to do? I do have a way of getting us out of here. Just so you know, we can leave all this behind.
Gustaf and nods.
if you're worried about your friend, I probably suggest maybe getting their remains, and probably once we get a hold of that, we can book it.
Well, their remains were crushed by the machine, and then their souls were trapped in the machine. So I believe destroying this thing is going to be the priority.
If your friends were
And-
smart, they'd probably call out to a higher power and take a chance. It works out for
Well-
some people.
Be that as they may, I have no control over that personally. I can do what I can here, but that is all.
Here's the thing: we're going to have to defeat that machine if we're going to be able to get out there with the remains.
That is true.
It's in 1,000-foot pit, and it can shoot us out of the sky, basically. So we're gonna have, like, Gustaf and I barely managed to escape on our own.
Yes,
So what's the plan? So tomorrow morning we're gonna go for it then, huh?
I believe so. And I think if we're able to save our friends, or at least avenge them, then I believe we will try to leave.
All right, sounds like a plan to me.
I don't know if Guy plans on taking down Charity, but if not, then I assume we would just leave this place.
We can't just leave this place, Gustaf. There's more to it.
I mean, obviously, but Kipper here said that he is away.
No, I'm talking about, everything else.
I know, but we must figure out the way.
You've been strangely quiet, tall, high-looking lady. Any thoughts on the subject? He's talking to Car.
Yeah, I was about to say, her name is Car.
Nothing that's worth saying quite yet.
All right, so that's the plan, huh? We can go sleep and go for another dive into this deep mind of yours.
I believe so.
All right, I'm gonna go get something to eat then. I've been sleeping all day. Let me know when you guys are ready. He walks away and goes to the kitchen.
Before he leaves, Gustaf says, the tavern has a kitchen attached to it. I believe the kitchen is up and running. You can help yourself to whatever.
Lavender immediately speaks up. She goes, "Oh, y'all got a kitchen? Well, hold on. If you give me some time, I could probably whip up a good meal. Definitely let it be known that Mama Lavender got some good skills when it comes to cooking. Been doing it all my life."
Oh my god.
All right, I'm down for this.
Sounds great.
All right, Lucille, break form. And then the crow on my shoulder becomes the raven on my shoulder becomes a imp, and it goes, ah! All right. We'll be in the kitchen. And then he takes a couple steps forward, and he stops, and he looks back, and he goes, grats. My employer is grats. And he walks away.
Pardon me? You what?
He ignores you and keeps going towards the kitchen.
No, that's a lot to unpack there, I guess. Guy has a thing for picking up weird people.
Lavender's
He's a
like,
magnet for them.
it kind of looks like Lavender's having a little bit of a Vietnam flashback, but she walks in the kitchen.
When you get into the kitchen, both Lucille and Kipper are drinking whiskey straight from the bottle.
You see this large turtle kind of cooking up random things and tossing herbs into the pot. Master Gustaf!
Oh, honey, no, what is you doing?
Why do you let these strangers into my kitchen?
Well, this one here says she is quite the good chef. So I figured she could try and help you out in cooking a good meal for the rest of us.
My all due respect, Master Gustaf, but I don't need any help in this kitchen. I've got it all under control.
Excuse me, mister. I don't mean to be rude, but of course, I bet you do have it all under control, but what are you doing with those spices? Hold on. She runs away. You do not use that much cardamom.
You know, for somebody I just met, you don't have much of a filter.
And there ain't no filter when it comes to the well-being of the kitchen.
Well, if you would like, you could probably go work for... Hold on. Let me look at my notes. Hold on, where'd it go? You could probably go work for Flamingo and let's get it cracking. I'm sure he could use some help over there.
I wouldn't recommend that.
Who's Flamingo?
He's an okay guy. Working for him can be a bit restrictive.
So you've met Flamingo then?
I worked for him for like the past month.
And this was at Let's Get It Cracking?
Yeah.
Interesting. I drink more of my whiskey.
I heard there's a pepper called dragon's breath. They say it's so hot, it makes you breathe fire. I love to put some of that stuff in my chili. As he just continues to stir this stew slowly.
Having a mini panic attack.
This man sounds higher than I do.
Ma'am, can you step away from my food as I'm cooking?
Spicy chili, that sounds good.
Yeah, it does.
But yeah, you're using... all right. And she'll leave the kitchen.
Excuse me, miss, but one day I'm gonna be a world famous cook, and
sweetheart, while you may be a world famous cook, I've cooked around the world, and what you're doing is quite literally, it's something.
As he just like slams the spoon to the ground. I've had enough of this. I'm gonna go to bed now. As he begins to walk slowly towards the door, and an angrily look on his face, but he can't really scurry because he's slow as shit.
I like this. Day one in this house, he already made a man quit his job. Let's see what else we can do. Take another swig of his whiskey. Him and Lucille clink their bottles together, and they laugh.
I didn't mean to.
Well, go ahead, save the chili. Taste it.
You've got free run of the place now.
Yep, you run the kitchen now.
Yeah, come on, Ratatouille.
Rude.
It's all right. I bet once I do get it cracking, wink, you'll be stuffing your mouth faster like you haven't eaten in days. And she'll get to it.
Yep, we're hungry. Yeah. He slams his hand on the desk on the table and goes, hungry. And Lucille goes, hungry.
While Miss Lavender's cooking up for us, Angel's gonna get her own bottle of whiskey and pop it open. She's gonna turn to Kara. So Kara, mind filling Gustaf and I in on what happened with the whole Hope situation?
Sure. It was an absolute shit show.
Oh God, the guy did something, didn't he?
You remember how he said he wasn't gonna get involved?
Oh yeah, I clearly remember that when I gave him my armor. And now I'm really fucking glad I insisted he take my armor.
Well, he didn't even take any hits from what I saw, but... Suffice to say that wasn't Hope, which we found out when Charity took her head off. It was some kind of shapeshifter, I don't know, but you know how it is. You kill a shapeshifter, they return to their native shape.
So, is Hope still alive out there?
I just know that wasn't her.
Huh. I'm guessing Guy took that news pretty well.
You'll have to ask him about that. I can't read him for shit.
But I'm guessing beforehand he started a riot or something, right?
He tried. and had everybody in the crowd calling for his death.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
So, suffice to say, we should keep him out of the public eye.
Oh, yeah.
Is Kipper hearing any of this?
Yeah, I'm like right next to you. We're having this conversation right next to you.
Yeah, but I basically tried to save him because I thought he was in charge of Hope's organization. That turned out not to be true. So good thing I didn't know that, or he would have gotten his fucking head chopped off.
Oh, yeah, oh, man. Like,
He thinks he's the only one that has ideas.
yeah, basically. Oh,
Oh man, the one-armed wonder. I like this guy. He takes a big swig of his whiskey.
my Angel's just like between breaths, just like fucking chugging hers. Like I like him well enough. Oh, the
I have
man.
no idea why.
You got a little bit of competition. He winks at you.
What?
Who?
You?
I want you to guess.
Gustaf?
Oh, I hope not.
I mean, the two of them are almost inseparable.
You hear a doo-doo-doo, 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 kind of like clacking through the hallways. And you see this centaur kind of walk through the door. He's an old man as he says, "Hola, Master Gustaf!"
Oh my shit.
Gustaf kind of looks over with his jewel hanging out of his mouth. He's like, "Oh, 3. Fancy seeing you here."
Oh, 3.
Yes, yes, my friend. I have a message from Amigo Charity.
Okay. What is the message?
As he hands you an envelope. I hope you don't mind, but I read it before I brought it here. I was intrigued. It says she wants to meet with you tomorrow.
Ah, okay, interesting.
It says to come alone.
Ready? And Gustaf opens it up and just reads it to verify.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said. It just says, "Dear Gustaf, as for..." Well, I don't want to say that out loud. So yes, it just says to meet with her tomorrow alone.
I gotcha. All right. Then he just kind of tucks it away into underneath his armor and just says, "Thank you, 3.
Yes, Master. Who are your little friends?
He flips him a charity. He says, "Well," and then he introduces everybody. These are the people I've been traveling with for some time. Well, most of them.
Kipper tips his hat and says, "Howdy.
¿Cómo estás?"
You have quite the rogues gallery here, Mr. Gustaf."
He kind of shrugs and says, "You know how it is. It's hard to find good help."
Yeah, one of your men just quit right now. That was real funny.
That's all right. He'll come back.
Then we have her. He looks at Angel. Let's just say Guy isn't the only one who's let's just say Charity isn't the only one who's interested in a little hope. And he drinks his wine. He drinks his whiskey.
What?
He doesn't respond, and Lucille laughs. Drink the medicine a little bit more. It makes it go down easier. And he drinks his whiskey some more.
Don't fucking mansplain me how to fucking drink.
He takes out another whiskey. He takes out 2 bottles of whiskey, put them on 2 sides of the table. Let's go then, if you know how to drink.
Oh shit.
Hell yes, we're doing it!
Let's do it.
All right.
Con saves, baby. Let's roll them.
All right.
What's up, Angel?
First shot.
All right.
Referee us.
Sounds good.
First shot for the both of us. I know Gustaf has shot glasses here, so let's do it.
You know what?
Oh, yeah.
You know
Oh,
what?
yeah.
Kara's gonna keep pace.
All right, come on. All right. Oh, I like this crowd already.
Con
Gustaf
save.
sets out 3 shot glasses, fills them up with whiskey.
Ooh, 19 from Angel. Nice.
Fact. What the hell? I have a
a +6.
Yeah, you all seem to down that one, no issue whatsoever.
Kipper's like, I know how to drink. Has +1 to Constitution save.
Gustaf
Meanwhile,
takes a
both
shot.
of the ladies.
Gustaf takes a shot from the bottle, pours everybody another shot.
All right. I
Roll
like
'em
this
up.
crowd already. 19.
20.
Makes the medicine go down real good. 20,
All right,
nice.
Kara and Angel, your DC is going to be 12 on the next one. Everybody else is 14.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We're taking it much easier than
All right.
someone
Fills them up
else.
10.
Next shot. 6. Ooh, 6.
Yikes.
Oh, that one hits like a motherfucker.
16.
Oh,
All right.
jeez.
Kipper, you
Another 20.
the 20. All right, you're still at 12. Angel's new DC is 14. Gustaf's is 16. And Kipper, you
I haven't even rolled.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm just reffing them.
Oh, you're just reffing?
Yeah, I'm just taking the occasional shot.
All right.
Not trying to get wasted. Not yet.
Kipper, you are afflicted with the poisoned condition.
All right, this is y'all two are very good drinkers. All right, next shot.
As he continues to drink with disadvantage on all his rolls. Go ahead and roll it.
16.
Car is good.
14.
Or Kipper's good. Angel's good.
Nat
Not
20.
20 from Cara.
Oh my
Jesus.
God.
Car is
You're
still
alone
12.
just earlier.
I can't hit for shit, but I can drink.
Kipper, you're starting to feel one level of exhaustion plus your poison.
Does the DC for me go down again?
It stays at 12.
Aw, but nat 20.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm saying it stays instead of going up.
Mm-mm.
Angel's DC is 16, and right now, Kipper's is 20. Kipper,
Oh shit.
would you like to continue drinking, Kipper, or are you giving up?
I'm absolutely gonna keep on drinking.
You can only sleep off. You can only sleep off one level of exhaustion every night. So I'm just letting you know.
You're gonna be
You
fucking
got one.
hungover as shit if you
Oh,
keep
yeah.
going.
Oh yeah.
I don't care. I'm fine.
All right.
Gustaf will pour Kipper a half shot. Oh.
3. I am out.
Kipper-
I'll pass out. I'll fucking pass out
Kipper-
on that one.
Kipper, you vomit all over the floor, pass out, and you have 2 levels of exhaustion.
I thought he said he could drink.
25.
I did too.
Angel,
Gustaf
you're good.
claps.
Kara, you meet.
I
meets it,
match
meets
my
it.
DC.
Yes, you do.
Nice.
So your new DC is 14. Angel's is 18.
Gustaf
or Angel's is
claps for a
16 still.
maid to go clean
Yeah.
up the puke.
Lucille digs into my coat pocket and takes out another bottle of whiskey and puts it on the table as I'm passed out.
Wait, that means you lose
Perfect.
concentration, right?
No, this isn't concentration.
That's right.
Lucille
Oh,
can
yeah,
do
you're
her
right.
own
You're right.
thing.
You're right. You're right. Yeah, you're right. All right. Continue
Yeah,
on
Lucille's
if you
just a
wish.
being.
You want to keep going, Cara?
Let's do a couple more.
All right.
4 rounds.
Yep.
Oh, that's an 8.
All right, Kara.
Mm.
Both of you are
11.
inflicted with poison. Angel, your new DC is 20, and Kara, your new DC is 18.
I'm going to very discreetly I'm gonna tap my leg and cast Lesser Restoration on myself.
Oh, you slept.
No disadvantage for me, bitch.
Oh, that one hit. Ooh, once he was out, I guess my body gave up. I'm so fucking tired.
What do you say?
One more.
One more.
One more.
One more. Angel with disadvantage.
Lucille claps.
Good drinker. Good drinker. You've been sailing as long as I have, laddie. You learn to take a drink or two.
Oh, it's good stuff.
19.
Damn.
Damn.
I still
All right.
lost it. I didn't beat it.
Oh,
23.
Kara, no issues whatsoever. Angel, you are afflicted with poisoned and also 1 level of exhaustion. As you feel like you want to vomit.
Down.
You feel like you want to puke
Yeah.
now.
Gustaf is gonna put the cap on the bottle, and he says, "Well, I don't want any more vomit in my kitchen, so
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna call it."
That's fair.
Kara, you are
That's good
clearly
stuff, though.
the winner.
As you see Ginger Genoma come in the room with her pink corset and mop and start to mop up the vomit on the floor. Say, you want to wake this one up and bring him to bed, or am I mopping him up too?
Gustaf looks at
Lucille takes a
Lucille.
shot.
Ooh, crit fail.
Lucille vomits and passes out as well.
Oh no!
Oh, Jesus Christ, the bastard and his imp. Both of them.
Ginger's like, well, I be damned.
Gustaf says, just put them in one of the spare bedrooms. And then he looks at Angel and he's like, do you need help getting to your room? Do you think you can make it?
Angel's gonna stand. It's gonna like carefully stand up. Let me see if I can make it.
Ginger's like, 3, can you come help me carry these people? And you hear click, 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 click. all the way into the room. She starts loading them up on the
Kipper and Lucille.
Kipper and Lucille up on the back of 3.
All right.
You know what, Gustaf? If you don't mind coming with me, just escort me to my room.
No problem. And then he kind of takes the bottle that's about half empty now, maybe a little bit more than half, and he just kind of like has it in one hand and then drapes Angel's arm over like the back of his neck and then starts helping her to her room. The rest of you, I guess you can find your way to your room. We have a big day tomorrow, so get some rest.
Hey, Gustaf, do you head to bed as well?
Yeah, after I make sure Angel is okay in her
Yeah,
room.
you see her, like, she's kind of, like, smiling and laughing with it as she waves the rest of the group goodbye. And, like, as soon as you get up, like, to the second level where all the rooms are, like, that instantly drops, and she's just, like, she's a wreck right now.
He kind of, like, pats her back. Like, it'll all be okay. We'll figure it out.
The box stays with me, right? Like, you're gonna get up tomorrow morning before the rest of us. You're gonna go see Jared, but the box stays with me, right?
It does. I promise.
Okay. Just...
Yes. Go to sleep.
Angel's going to just drunkenly hug Gustaf tight.
He'll hug her back. And, make sure she's good in bed, and then he starts heading upstairs with his light bottle of whiskey and heads to his room, sets the bottle down on his desk, sits at the chair, and opens up Charity's letter to read it before he drinks himself to sleep.
As you read that, I will send you exactly what it says.
All right.
As everybody falls fast asleep, you get a long rest. And Gustaf, you wake up before everybody else in the morning, and you look out this transparent dome that your room is. You can see an entire forest up in flames. That's what we'll pick up next time.
Maybe starting that fire wasn't the best idea?